I'm here with Gonzalo Casals, the director of the Leslie Lohman Gay and Lesbian Art Museum down here in Soho in New York. The museum has just reopened. Now, the first show that you're debuting in this new expanded space is really demonstrating 50 years of collecting on the part of the museum. If people come down here, what can they expect to see on the walls?
So this is a show that is extremely significant for us because it really gives us the opportunity to show a couple of things. One is the breadth and diversity of the LGBT community, but also it allows us to show the Leslie Lohman Museum as a collecting institution.
It's wonderful to see so much history of so many different kinds, whether it's racial or sexual, gay, lesbian, trans. You guys clearly have made a very deliberate decision to show as much LGBT history of varying kinds on the walls here.
You know, as you walk the galleries, you're starting to see different moments in the, the LGBTQ history. You can see thousands of stories, the pivotal moments of our community, like the AIDS pandemic, like the fight for civil rights, are really represented in our collection. This is an amazing, powerful piece. Edward was what we call an outsider artist, or like a non-professionally trained artist.
Yeah.
This is a cross, in which vials with different elements inside, or just inserted in the cross. And you have from food to medicine,
there's
and
even
blood.
There's cat food here.
Cat food. He was HIV positive, so even you have vial with AZT.
And this is before combination therapy, so
yes.
This is AZT. These are the early 90s regimen of drugs that you would have been on had you been HIV positive.
Yes.
And set on a crucifix.
On a crucifix.
Right. Shouldn't LGBT artists be on the walls of every major institution? Why do we need our own museum?
Yes, for sure. Every museum in this country and the world should be showing the work of LGBT artists. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And when that happens, for some reason, the queerness gets removed and the work is approached just from an aesthetics perspective.
Okay. Well, we have a Keith Haring here, very explicit Keith Haring, which is odd because we don't often see sexually explicit Keith Haring on gallery walls. We see the bouncing figures, we see
usually mainstream museums are like looking always for the safer work, or even it's not even about being safer, it's just remove like sort of queer identity from these artists and just showing work that is a little more mainstream. We had accomplished a lot of the civil rights that the community was fighting for, and those are threatened, those are put in question. It's important to have an institution that really understands the power of arts and culture to help the LGBT community to continue to push for the rights that we deserve. I love this work by Sophia Wallace, such a celebration of love. I hope that everybody that comes and visits the show and the museum leaves with a feeling of hope and inspiration about the future of our community.
Yeah, because these two women just look blissful to be together. Would that we could all look like that every day, I have to say, right?